So let me share you the agenda for today 1 hour. In this particular 1 hour, we would be covering about introduction to CISA, what CISA is all about, and what are the resources you require, what are the domains, how you prepare for it. So this is an agenda. Let me share you an agenda for this 1 hour. In introduction, I heard it from Kapil that not many people need to know about me, who am I, what is my experience. So in this particular slide, I will take you through that. Then what is ISACA? Okay, because CISA is a certification which is being did by ISACA, which is a non-vendor neutral party from US, which has been established long way back. Value of ISACA, current CISA domains. So last CISA domains was modified in 2019. Okay, then I will cover it. What are the domains? How do you should what is the way to register for the examination, steps to CISA certifications, and the study resources. This is what I would be covering in today's 1 hour with you. So introduction, who am I? My name is Ajit Pal Singh Vidhavan. I am available in LinkedIn by the same name. If really someone wants to go into detail about my experiences, my certifications, my recommendations, because not many people, what I do, I just, if someone gets passed by my studies, I ask him to give the recommendation on LinkedIn. You can go there, you can get to see about my performance. Then, if you talk about my certifications, I've only put those which is relevant to this particular courses which I'm taking, because in 2013 itself, I diversified my training career from network security to information security. And since then, I have been taking classes of information security courses. Prior to that, I used to take classes of network security like CCSP, CCNP, CCNA, Blue Coat, and all that. That was also a network, that was also a security, but that was a different field. So CISA, CISM, I did it I'm an old kid on the block as far as CISA and CISM is concerned. I did it way back in 2009 and people now started doing it. I have done it quite a long way back. And since then, I'm maintaining my certifications. COVID 5, right now it's COVID 2019 going on. And CSSP, yes, I did it in 2016. C-Risk also in 2016. CCSP, it's mentioned CSSP, CCSP. ISO 27001, CH version 10, CommShare Security Plus. Plus, I do hold many certifications like Blue Code, Juniper, Cisco. I've not mentioned it over here because that is not relevant to the course. So this is about my certifications which I'm holding. Okay, if you talk about my experience, yes, I have around total 16 years of total experience. I'm an engineering graduate, did my engineering in 2003. So old guy, you can say that, not old guy, middle-aged guy, you can say that, with full-time degree in HR. HR means training. So that is another, like the thing which is relevant to my training career, which I'm taking. Plus, I do have good experience in same numbers of years in training also, around 16 years of experience, because I have started my training career in 2004 and along when I was doing my engineering, when I was doing my MBA. Okay, so I do have experience. I'm not a person who only holds experience in training. I do hold many versatile experience, which is very much essential for a trainer. So I do have very good experience in cybersecurity audits and compliances. Network security, I had worked on firewalls, load balancers, as a L1, as a L2, L3 engineers. I worked in a leadership role also. So in my previous role, just like for 2 years, I worked as a head of security operations, in which there were 100 people under me and there were 6 managers, and those 100 people were reporting to him. So I do have experience of SOC leadership, security testings. I do have delivered projects like VAPT for as a part of my job. Then I do have good experience in cybersecurity content development. I have developed the content of CSSP, CCSP, and reviewed many content of cybersecurity for companies like Azurica, SimplyLearn, InfoSec, and not many that I get it whenever I get an opportunity. So I do have good experience as a freelance, I would say, and trained approx 2,000 plus, and this is increasing every month, every week, because since 2013, I have been taking the batches of CISA, CISM, CSSP, CCSP, whatever comes my way, the CommShare Security Plus, even CEH. So every month, you can count it on. I've stopped counting the number of batches which I'm taking because every month I would say weekends, I do take batches, or even weekdays whenever the time permits me. Along with my job, I do take batches. So I can say it's like average of 2 batches on every month. I would say since 2013, I'm taking. So it's like CISA, CISM, CSSP. CISM, you don't get much, but CISA, CSSP, CCSP, CompShare Security Plus, I've taken many batches. I would say it is around 200 plus 225 plus rest are others. Okay, so this is about me. What is ISACA? ISACA is, so this CISA certification for which you are here. This is being awarded by or conducted by ISACA. ISACA formerly stood for Information System Audit and Control Associations. Okay. However, the organization is known by the acronym ISACA to reflect the change of government professionals within IT that it caters to. It was founded in 1969 as a non-profit organization and currently in 2014 has more than 110,000 members in 180 countries. So these are the certifications. When I took my examination in 2010, ISACA only offers 2 certifications, that is CISA and CISA. But later on, I think in 2011, they introduced C-Risk and CGIT. And then recently, they are about to start the another certification, which is by privacy. So CISA, CISM, CISA, C-Risk, CISM, CGAIT, CSXP, and CDPSE are the certifications which are being offered by ISACA. And I do understand that you are here for CISA. So these are the certification which is being offered by ISACA. The value of ISACA CISA, I would say this is a globally accepted and recognized certification. This is normally for those people who really wants to make their career into IT security audits and practice. Remember one thing I always say to my students that, okay, this is like a certification which the content of CISA is more specific to overall information security. Okay, they will provide you because as an auditor, you need to know about the different processes of security, what IT is all about, what IT audit is all about. But CISA, if you're really serious about the career in information security audit, so I would suggest the best way to do is along with CISA certification, you should always do some certifications related to standards. When I say standards like ISO 27001, along with PCI DSS 22301. So this really helps you in sailing your career in a better manner as far as information security audit is concerned. But yes, CISA is mandatory, but CISA should be complemented by certifications like ISO 27001, which is a very basic certification, which is very common, and you will find it implemented across all the organizations, I would say. So more valued workplace, better support for profession, high earnings and greater career growth. But remember, experience is also remember. What I have seen, trust me on the basis of my experience, that people always aims at certification. But certification alone is not sufficient. You should always try to go for knowledge also. Because this is not a government examination where one passes the examination and his job is done. No, you have to have a knowledge around with it. So don't try to just don't just try to gather the certification or aim at certification. Try to tread a journey, okay, which is taking you through the certification. Try to enjoy the journey. That is very important. Trust and recognition for expertise and increase confidence. These are some of the values of CISA. Current CISA domains, okay, so if you talk about CISA certifications, I would say in the first domain only, they talk about information security audit processes and all. And the next process is, so first domain is about information system auditing process. Second is about governance processes, okay, governance and management of IT. Domain 3, which is more about, I would say, SDLC, okay, software development lifecycle, project management, and along with that, it also covers your IT capacity management, ITL processes. Because you as an auditor, whenever why the question comes, a lot many people think that, okay, it's only talk about audits. No, when you go for an audit, you need to look at the different processes. You need to have a knowledge about different processes. I'll give you one example. Yesterday only, I was doing an ISO 27001 internal audit. In that audit, okay, there are domains related to IT security, IT communications. There are security related to facilities. There are domains related to information security incident. There are domains related to policies. So we for IT controls, we ask IT people. For facility people, we were, or there were only two auditors, me and my friend. But facility, you think that it is not your job. But yes, it is your job because there are controls related to facility in audit in ISO 27001. So you have to ensure that CISA ensures that you have knowledge about all those things. So just like we look at in that particular audit, we look at, okay, show me whether you have, so they show me some server room. I talked about, okay, do you have a camera in that server room? What about the air conditioners? Then we need to talk about the classification. So that is a reason, it's only in first domain we cover information system auditing process. The next domains are all about the different processes of IT security, IT audits, and even information security. The fourth domain, it is more about in detail ITL process, plus your information system operations, like I would say networks operations, etc. And fifth domain is more about protection of information asset, which is merely totally related to, I would say, security, like the network security, firewalls, IPS ID, the different kinds of controls that you can have in the organization. So this is the concentrations of those domains. 21% is the first one. This is as per 2019 change practices. ISACA changes their courses after every 5 years. So in 2010, when I took the examination, I would say I took it in December. In 2011, January, they made the changes. But I would say that was an old wine in a new bottle. As per me, that was not a major change. What they did it, okay, there were 6 domains during my time. After that, from 2011, they made it 5. What they did, we used to have a BCPDR as a separate domain. What they did, they merged, they removed that domain, they divide into 2 parts. First part they merge it in domain 2, and second part they merge it in domain 4. So BCP was they made BCP a part of domain 2 and DR a part of domain 4. Then in 2016 they made some changes, but trust me, even if you use the 2011 book, okay, you still can pass the examination. Such a minor changes they have made, not much. It's just like they are into businesses, and not a major changes they have done. Trust me. In 2019, 2016 they made changes, and then 2019. 2019 is just like very minor changes, not much. So this is a concentration, and you can see it over here. The major concentration of your domains are around 23 and 27%. So you can see in 50%, okay, 50% of your examination comes from these last two domains. Very important, and this is more about your ITIL processes plus your total security. I would say networks like routers, switches, and then you should have, because as an auditor, you need to know these devices, these technologies also, because you never know what you come across during your audit. Because as an auditor, you may need to audit some. ISO 27000 is a very basic one, but it covers everything. You may need to audit a data center process. You may need to audit a DBMS. So recently we have audited the network functions. At the same time, I also audited the finance functions also. So you can see, really, I need to have the knowledge of basic knowledge of everything, and what's that is what CISA provides you about. But if you, again, I'm telling you, if you really want to make a career into auditing, really serious about it, especially an information security audit, so CISA should be complemented by ISO 27001. And then on the basis of your role and all that you get it, then you can do the standard certifications, certification related to standards later on. But CISA is mandatory, that is the baseline. Then you can go for ISO, the standards, because CISA gives you an overall knowledge, and ISO 27001, 22301, that give you knowledge about the standards which is being implemented. So that is very, very important. Okay, so CISA exams are prepared with the aim of gauging and testing hands-on skills in information security controls. Okay, so this is what about your CISA is. It is exam title is CISA Certified Information System Auditor. 4 hours. The examination details are duration is 4 hours, covering 150 choice questions, covering 5 practice area. It has made your job easier, because during my time when I took the examination, it was a written examination. Okay, I have to go to the center, the examination like government examination. Okay, but later on, and at that time there were 200 questions. The CISA and CISA examination that the CISA and CISA examination that I took in 2010 together with a period, and at that time, there was no like today you go there whenever you want to take the examination. Yes, you can take it. During my time, the examinations are conducted only twice a year. That was in June, and second one is in December. Okay, the online written examination that you have, not online, the written examination. And there were 200 questions at that time. These days, they have reduced the 200 questions to 150, and that is more than sufficient time you have. Exam types, you have online now. You can book throughout the, means that availability is there throughout the year. Question types, multiple choice questions are there along with the drag and drop and other thing. A candidate must receive a score of 450 or higher. So out the 800 is the total score, and you have to score 450 or higher. Means about, I would say, more than 50%. That's all you require. So I would say comparatively, as far as fitness is concerned, means as far as scoring is concerned, it is because in ISACA, in IC2 CSSP, the passing marks is 70%. So here it is 450, and this is the only way where this is the only part where it has some leniency as compared to IC2. But about the question answers, the practice test, about the exams and all, I would say I have taken 3 examinations of ISACA, and I would say it is nothing less than CSSP. The question answers complexity is more. Means I wouldn't say more. It is all about your concept. So a good examination, I would say, and it will test your knowledge very well. A scaled score is a conversion of candidate raw score on an examination to common score. Again, when I say scaled score, it means that you have to score 450 minimum in all the 8 domains, all the 5 domains that they are talking about. And nothing is tough, trust me. But yes, CISA is one of the certifications which lot many people give. Okay, and competition is more. And this is one of the most sought of certification or in-demand certification by ISACA. CISA certification steps, I would say: pass CISA examination with 450 marks with scale score in all 5 domains. You, in IC2, you have 5 years. In IC2, you have to apply for certification within 9 months. But here it is not like that. You can apply for a certification within 5 years. So it is a big time. Myself has taken the examination in 2011, and I applied for certification in 2013. So after 2 years, I applied for it. So this is the one you can have. So agree to a professional code of ethics. Follow continual education program. So once you pass the examination, okay, now earlier you could have applied for a certification at free of cost. These days, I would say around from 2013 itself, they have started a fees of $50 that you have to pay and apply for the certification. Once you get a cert, and now it's online. Earlier during my time, you have to take out a form, fill the form manually, get it scanned, and then send it to the IDs. These days, it is all online. Go there, fill your certifications, get it digitally signed, and send it across. And when I say follow continuous education, it simply means that you have to earn around 120 CPEs that you can earn it by auditing, by doing trainings and all. So that what is the main purpose of this CP? The main purpose of this CPs is to ensure that the people don't leave, the people stay updated with information security things, because the environment in which we are working is changing every day, every minute, every second. Then you can see after the COVID, the attacks has really increased a lot. The cybersecurity attacks have increased a lot, and that's the reason you require more cybersecurity professional. But when I say cybersecurity professional, it means that the people with more robust knowledge, not only a certification guys. Look, certifications can only help you in reaching an interview table. It is your knowledge which can help you out with. And yes, your domain knowledge, like someone told me, Jan, Mr. Jan, you were there? Jitin Jan, or who was there? That domain knowledges are very, very important. Just like I also have a domain knowledge of network securities and all. Around a year ago, have purely moved into an auditor role. Earlier, as a, that head of, you have to work as an auditee and do those things. But now, since last 1 year, purely moved into an auditor roles. So you need my domain knowledge, like previous knowledge, whichever I've did testings, I did works on firewalls, and it is really helping me a lot. So you don't need to go for any more certification. CSSP is altogether a different field, sir. If you really want to make a career in auditing, then this one is the best one for you. I'm coming to CH also in a minute, that I will tell you. Then Then compliance with IS auditing standards, the IS auditing standard which has been given by ISACA only. So this is the one look. The irony is that this is on the basis of my experience. I'm telling you that I have taken 3 certifications of ISACA and have never read their review manual and have passed it in first go. Isn't it an irony? I don't like the book of it because it's too dry, especially a CISA book, very dry. Later on, Miss, I always follow the Peter Gregory book. Okay, so CISA Peter Gregory book is pretty very good. I liked it. I do have a copy today at present. Fourth edition is going on. So fourth means I told you that nothing much has been changed. So I prefer this book, a very meticulously designed book, planned book, an easy to read book, and it is strictly on the basis of your review manuals. You won't find any difference. Trust me, I always, since 2013, I'm taking batches and my students are passing the examination. I never say that go for review manual. But again, up to you. Some people prefer review manual, some people prefer Peter Gregory. I do have both. I can provide you both. Okay. Then Hemang Doshi, he's a pretty senior guy, and people say a lot about him. Yes, I do agree. He's very good. I have seen his book. That is pretty good. But again, don't use that as a main book because he has covered the things from short perspective, not as a detailed perspective. His approach is very similar to mine, that in every domain, there are certain important topics. Pick up that, and his book is mainly around that. A very good book. I've listened to his videos, good one, but don't use this book as a reference book. And a good study reference book that you use this book as a reference book, don't use this book as a main book, trust me. But again, up to you. And then you have a ISACA CISA practice test that you have to purchase it. And I do have a copy of it, but let's see, I will not say much over here. So this is the one. So practice test, you don't have much options available except the CISA practice test that I have course practice very similar to that we can provide if you registered over here. Okay, so it is not like lot many material are required as compared to in CSSP. Yes, lot many materials are required, lot many books are available because there the audience is very high, very large in number. But here I would say, yes, you do have, I would say follow Peter Gregory and ISACA CISA practice test, your job is done along with the training. I don't think any issues with that. Not a very tough examination. Look, this is all theoretical examination. Trust me, don't expect any practical things here, like I would say ISO 27001 standard. I do take you through those things on the basis of my experience, but that would be an extra thing that I will provide it to you during my class, the standards, my audit experience how I do and all those things. Even I will take you to a risk assessment, that is how it's being done. And that is the main advantage of being work in a corporate along with as a trainer, because you do have exposure to both the things which not many people or not many trainers are having. And that's the reason I never leave my job, because that will make you a better trainer, because you have exposed to, because you are seeing whatever is happening in a corporate at the same time you are seeing what is theoretically, and you can very well correlate between that. Okay, so I told you this is just a client's recommendation. You can go to my LinkedIn profile and you can see it over here. And I told you I've been into training since long. So this one you can see, first one I got it in is, this is just, I've taken it from 2010 itself. So look, this is all about my training recommendation. So I do take classes, or I used to take classes on network securities. And even you can see that it is for CISA also. It is for CISM also, and I have CSSP also. So I take classes. This is just some of the certifications my satisfied clients. Okay. Look, I don't advertise myself very lot because I'm a working professional also. But yes, I have been taking classes since 2013 regularly, and you can talk to any one of my students on LinkedIn about my training styles, about my methodology, about the things that you can come to know from them also. Plus, how do I teach? I teach theoretical things along with examples, and then I take you through the question answers at that particular time only, so that you can very well correlate. So it's not like that I take you through question answers in the end. As some topic is completed, risk assessment is completed, I will take you through the question answers related to risk assessment at that particular point in time only, so that you can well prepared for, so that you can understand the relationship between theory as well as the practical. So wherever there is a possibility, yes, I will show you the practical things, examples and all. But again, examples every day is it not possible. Wherever there is a possibility, I know the things and all. So I will be definitely covering you the real-time examples, how the audit happens, what is ISO 27001, what are the other things that I. So I'm done from my side. I think we are good to close this class. Thank you. Bye.